Testing, 1, 2. 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 Oh, this thing sounds noisy. And I am getting an echo. That is a problem. Why am I getting an echo? All right, testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Checking for echo. All right, problem is solved. Going live in about 4 minutes. How is the music? I think we may change this music. And countdown 2 minutes. Since no one's here yet, I am going to reset this timer. I've got a few more adjustments to make here. Getting something different here. One up there. I am just not getting anything on this. Let's cancel that out. Okay. What does that do? See that? Is that not working? Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. I have about a 30-second lag there. Well, hopefully if there's no more technical difficulties, we can get started in about 3 minutes. Chat Ninja does not seem to be working. Excuse me. Hello, Javid. How are you doing? Glad to have you here. All right, let's see if we can get this thing started. All right. Welcome to the first live edition of Crypto Insight. Thought before I scrap this show, I would at least give it a chance live. Oh, I gotta turn my phone off. Give me just a second, guys. Bear with me. Live streaming is not my forte, something I'm trying to get used to here. As we can see on Crypto Bubbles, today's been kind of red for the altcoins. Now, if you're wondering why that is, that has a lot to do with something we call Bitcoin dominance. And we'll take a look at that in just a second. Right now, you may be wondering, why did Bitcoin get this drop? And I want to point this out. I put this on my Telegram channel for you guys that are not familiar with it. We do have a free Telegram channel. Lots of cool people over there. Let's see if we can pull this little baby up. And you can go there. I've got links in the description. Should be on this video too. My other videos do have that. You can go there. The first channel I've got just has news and updates, and I post things like that every day. And there's also another link that will take you to the chat, and that is pinned up here. So you just go up here, click that, and well, that takes you to the chart room. That's one other room that we have. And this is where I post. This is where I kind of teach how to do these things that I do, post my results. Let's see what else we got here. This is where I'm usually posting the results from trading, just to show you my wins, losses, things like that. This is more for leverage and things like that, which we do not do a whole lot of. But I'm not opposed to it. It just takes it a little bit of a different mindset. You got to tweak that. You got to get good at. You have to get good at spot before you start venturing out into the leverage. The biggest thing I've got over in this section would be the chart setups. And here I've got setups of all kinds of coins. We post these things daily. Some of these are taken from other groups, and some of these are ones that I do myself. They're there for you to learn from. The idea is to take these charts, redraw them yourself, because that's where you learn, and watch them and see how they play out. Now, you can, of course, trade them if you want, but do that at your own risk. This is more for learning. And the main room here, the Road Dog Lounge, that is the invite that is also in the description. And this is just where all the cool kids hang out, and we just talk about what's going on, asking questions. Just a cool place to hang out. But when you go to the very first one of the cool things that you can do is go up to the files section. And this is where I have lots of resources for you guys. There are tons of PDF books here that teach everything that you could imagine about trading. There are also everything that I post up here, my cheat sheets, charts, things like that. You have to scroll down quite a bit, I think, to actually get to my cheat sheets, but those are valuable to have, in my opinion. Like, can't really show it right here, can I? Volume cheat sheet. Just some cool things. Bitcoin dominance cheat sheet. That's a big one. I don't think I can really show that on here very well. But these are things that will just kind of help you navigate the market and chart patterns and things like that. So Telegram group's kind of cool for you guys that aren't in there. Maybe something you can drop by, check it out, see what you think of it. All right, so the reason, getting straight into Bitcoin, I am looking at MBT1. This is the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures, okay? Got this set up for regular candles because if we put it on the candles as I use all the time in Heikin-Ashi, you'll miss this. You won't see this. You have to use regular candles to catch this. And what this is where price was trading last Friday. And then over the weekend, we had a good bounce up to around 28, 3,000, whatever. We traded all week. They did come and close that gap there. That should have counted as a gap close. In my opinion, they came back down to that gap area one more time. This is holding as support at the moment, although on the 1 hour, we are trading above that, trading below now that 200. So we lost support there. We could see some more downside. Indicators are showing, though, it wants to get a little bump up, though. So I'm watching this area closely to see if we can make it above that 200 moving average here. If we do have a chance to go back up, probably around 28,000. It should retest this 100-day moving average, looking at that. I'm going to turn my other candles on and we'll just start getting in right into the market. Javid asked if I can do ACH. And hey, there's Charting Crypto. How you doing? Can't stay long. Just popped in to say hi. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Charting Crypto. Appreciate that. Love your live streams. Anyone that catches this video, go check out Charting Crypto. Excellent analysis. Excellent. All right, we can definitely do ACH. I just want to cover just a couple of things really quickly here. Talked about Bitcoin dominance, and we're asking, why are altcoins in the red? Well, Bitcoin dominance plays a very big part into that. Bitcoin dominance is in a very precarious situation here. We've got two scenarios that could play out. So we are at the top of this range here. And we've got a choice. Now, Bitcoin can get really strong and break out of here, shoot to the upside. Great for Bitcoin. Bitcoin will explode in price, go crazy. Could happen with the current situation that we're looking at. That would be hell for altcoins. You're going to see the prices just kind of dwindle. I mean, they'll go up a little bit in USD dollars against the dollar, but against Bitcoin, you are losing. Okay. You will see your Bitcoin value drop if you haven't seen it already. I know that on my exchange that my Bitcoin value has dropped quite a bit in the last few days. Now, the other scenario we're looking at, which would be good, is if we do get rejected here, Bitcoin dominance starts coming down, we'll have a mini altcoin season. Now, that's very likely to happen, and we could come back down to this area to retest this 100 EMA. So those are the kind of two things we're looking at, but this is kind of a triple bottom pattern here. All right, so this one's got a good chance to move up. The move up, not always a big, huge move. But one thing that this one does have that I find of interest that, we seem to be like we're forming the shelf. Now, this does give us a better move to the upside in that situation. This appears to be very much like a shelf to me, so that's what I'm looking at here. So if dominance does go up, I am looking for it to retest this area. If I can get my screen to cooperate with me. About this 200-day moving average, and that would put us up about 53% dominance. Now, like I said, if that happens, altcoins are going to take a hit, but at some point, this is going to turn around and then retest. This particular pattern has a 65% chance to come back for a retest. That will be the mini altcoin season we could be looking at. So two situations here, two scenarios where we could get a little mini altcoin season. Hopefully take some profit in our altcoins. Don't forget to do that. But at the moment, we're trying to figure it out. Got to see what's happening with Bitcoin dominance, and it does look strong. So then that will bring us over to Bitcoin again. And just checking this out, I am on the weekly here. Weekly is saying that, we still got some strength here, guys. So we come down a little bit, check out some of the other time frames. 3 days getting a little bit tired. Daily is saying, hey, I am tired. I need to take a break. So we're flirting with coming down to a few areas. Now, we've got Bitcoin breaking out of a rising channel. Now, it's very, very possible we'll see Bitcoin come back down. It's already retested this area several times, tested it once today. And maybe that's our bounce point. If we find support here, flip that into resistance, and we've done that. This particular area right here is what we're holding. This little green line here, about 26,620, 26,600. That has been holding very well for support. My Ichimoku cloud says that we got some time to possibly go up. If this keeps getting thick, if this cloud just keeps getting thicker like this, that'll be a good sign that as we play out, we may fall back into it at some point. So we'll just keep our eye on that. But at the moment, it's very plausible Bitcoin can get a bounce here, that Bitcoin dominance will take over, and we could be shooting to the upside. All depends on this area right here. If we lose 26.6, pop back into this pattern, be careful. Good chance we can come all the way back down to the bottom of this pattern, around 21.3, somewhere through there. So that's what we're looking for. Javid, let me go ahead and take care of ACH. Normally on the recorded show that I do here, I'll go over the top 10 cryptos. Since, those videos have got various results, not important that I totally stick to that agenda. I do plan on covering them in just a few minutes, but let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Alchemy Pay. And if you guys want a specific exchange for me to look at, just mention that to you, or a specific time frame. But I usually start out on the larger ones and then kind of work our way down. The larger ones are going to tell us what's really going on here, and it's telling me that Alchemy Pay is getting tired. Now, is it going to drop? Well, that all depends, because this 9 moving average on the weekly is a pretty good sign. It found support there, it could go. As long as we don't leave this 9 moving average on the weekly, and that's coming in about 0.029 cents, just a little under 3 cents there. Just a little under where we are now. Very good sign. This is when I start coming down to the other time frames, and now this one's telling me that on the 3-day we've lost that. More than likely, we're coming down to retest this area about right at 28 cents on this 21-day or 21 moving average on the 3-day. And if you notice this, we got the bearish crossing here on the 3-day. So definitely we'll be seeing some downside. Seeing that makes me wonder if we might possibly come down and retest this 50-day moving average. Very, very, very likely there. So from this point, actually, I'm going to try a fib extension there. Go from the swing low, swing high, and then come down to the last swing low. And let's see if this gives us any information here. Okay, you came back down there. Okay. That does not give me what I need other than this price at 0.011 cents as a possible, oh crap, market fell to the bottom. That's where I would look at getting in. And we'll take a swing high to swing low there. See that we came up to the 786, got rejected there, coming down. And a swing low to a swing high there, and we're finding support at the current 618 for this particular move. Let's go ahead and come down to a smaller time frame. One thing I do want to point out here, I love the Ichimoku cloud. Now I don't use all the average lines and things like that it uses, but I do love the cloud because it helps me keep my mind straight as far as how strong the trend is. Now you can see where this is kind of wispy right here. That signifies this big up move we have. These things are usually like 26 candles ahead. The biggest thing is, as long as I don't see this thickening up and the price being close to this being thick, it's showing me we still got some strength to move to the upside. So the daily is a little bit shot. Stochastics, and that is here on VMC Market Cipher. VMC is the free version of that, which is very reliable. Stochastics are doing a double bottom here. So a turnaround may be in order here. We'll know as we get down to some of the lower time frames. And quite possible to happen here to find support at the 618. I don't like it being in the middle of this green cloud. However, there's another green cloud over here, so that suggests that maybe we're not going to be thrown out to the other side. May find support here and come back up to the upside here. Now, not only on the 1 day are we finding support at the 618, we're also finding support here at the 50 daily moving average. Great place for a bounce, and you see we got a bounce there. Break below that, we're coming back down to this area, somewhere around just a little over 2 cents, and retest the 100, possibly even the 200. Not really wanting to see that right now. I do have some Alchemy Pay. I am in on that, trying to build up a little bag of that as well, and swing traded a little bit. Now, as far as a profit taking area, you can definitely look at here at the 2.7 area, about 5.1 cents. Definitely a good area to take some profit. And then this area here at the 0.58, that is the 618 measured move area of this. Those proved to me, and my experience, to be very reliable. So let's just go ahead and mark those red. I keep blue for my measured moves, and I keep red for my take profit targets. Now, another thing that we can do is take this whole move, and we're going to use those same things again. Okay, the -2.7 and the -618, and I'm also going to get this little -382. Those are some other good profit taking areas. 0.078 cents, 0.068 cents, 0.063 cents, 0.058 cents, and 0.051 cents. Now, if I'm going to apply patterns to this, I can tell you right away, I don't like this pattern. This is a symmetrical triangle. And if you watch my channel, you know I don't trust these suckers at all. Okay, because they do what I call the rabbit run. Now, it's coming from the bottom to the upside. So, you know, as a continuation pattern, it should go to the upside. The only thing is that, you know, it may do that if it feels like it, and it may get up to a level, but then it may change its mind, and then it will come down here. So you see a lot of stop losses get cut with these patterns, right? And a lot of times they end up going down. Whichever way that they break out, it is quite common to see them flip-flop and go the other way and just screw up the whole market. They kind of end up just establishing a range a lot of times. And that's how I like to view these patterns. I like to view them as a potential range finder. So taking that into mind, I would take the high here, and I would take this area down here. This area right here where we flip support into resistance there at 0.0221. If you're looking to range trade, I would keep this as your bottoms, as your buy-ins, and try to take profits anywhere above 0.044 to 0.051 cents. Just typically how I see these play out. One other thing that could happen here, let's see if we can get this cleared off. When these do break down, what you find that happens is that, well, it turns into more like a falling wedge. That's when I like to start taking a look at these, because I don't trust the symmetrical triangle. Some people call them a 50-50 pattern. Off the top of my head, I think it's about 55% chance to break to the downside. Can't remember the exact statistic. I just know I don't trust them. I like to wait till they form a falling wedge. Then I find a new bottom, and that could be very well what happens. We come back down, retest this 100 moving average. We've already lost the 21. When this 9 crosses over that, this is definitely coming into play. Just a little over 2 cents. By that time, Ichimoku Cloud should show a little bit of red over here. When that gets thick, it will pop through that. That's actually what I'm looking at on Alchemy Pay. I am kind of looking for some downside there, but like I said, I think we were on a 618 area with the stochastics down on the daily. Maybe we'll get lucky. If we can reclaim this 9 moving average area, reclaim 0.033 cents, we could see that. And this is when I like to come down to my smaller time frames and tell me just about how accurate that may be. Still got some more ways to go on this. We are under the red. It is kind of thick, so where is my little tool there? We've got this blue line. That is the 50 moving average. If that crosses over that yellow one, that 200, definitely going down. However, the 100 appears to be crossing bullishly over that. So that could be, we could find support here. And this was a 618, remember? And the Ichimoku Cloud's getting thin. So the 4 hours tell me we've got a shot to come up at these higher levels. However, I do recommend that in this particular pattern, take some profit, because it will fluctuate through this. Usually always does. What I do not want to see happen, let me clean this up just a little bit, is the possibility that this comes down to here. Where's my little line tool? Bear with me, guys. If this comes down here around the same area of support, comes back up, you could get kind of a head and shoulders pattern. Now, not typically, it's not the perfect head and shoulders, because usually this one is lower in the middle. Just a scenario to look out for. Since it's not forming a textbook head and shoulders, it may not play out as well. I am really looking for more of the falling wedge to come down and retest this 100. All right, Javi. Hopefully that'll take care of you. Now, if you're looking for some entry points, moving averages on the daily would be great areas to look at. All right, if anybody else has got a coin, just feel free to request it. Otherwise, we'll just continue right on with the market and what we've got. The next thing I was going to look at would be Total 2, which covers crypto market minus Bitcoin. And it is looking kind of interesting to me too. Now, we do have bearish divergence. We're seeing a lot of that. Now, typically, you can always count on bearish divergence to play out. At some point, it will, okay? But when Bitcoin is extremely bullish, like what we've been seeing for the past few months, it takes a lot longer for it to play out. So a very similar thing going on here. Let's see if we can just draw that trend line there. Finding support here on this trend line in this area. And with the it appears that we are finding support here. It's got a chance to go up, but man, there is a lot of sell pressure. You can tell by these wicks here. Got the same thing going on Bitcoin too. People taking profits, especially in their altcoins. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. And let's just go to the weekly. The weekly looks fairly decent. A little topped out on our stochastics as far as market cipher goes, but we still got some room to move up. Money flow is coming in. Now, our VWAP's coming down, so that spells out a little bit of sideways action to me. But this is very similar to Bitcoin, where we have this big, thick Ichimoku cloud. Look, it's kind of come down, bottom, leveled out. This has a tendency to draw us into it like a magnet, spit us out on the other side. Very good chance that that could happen. Now, I do want to point out that on the weekly, this 9 moving average has just crossed bullishly over the 50. For this point in the market, that's a good sign for some more upward movement. So alts are going to have a little bit of a time. They're going to fight for a little bit probably all this week. But there is a good chance that we can see some more upside coming. We just don't want to lose this level in total too. We don't want to go below 1 trillion at all. If we see that happens, ouch, we will be hurting there. But for the next few days in this week, we could be coming down and sideways and testing these areas. May not see the great gains this week out of altcoins. One other thing that I have been following to help with Bitcoin is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now, a lot of analysts have suggested over the year that this bull market will not be over until this premium discount, or this discounted premium, stops being discounted. It's getting back. That's been a very, very good sign. And right here at the end of December, that's when we started seeing it taking off. It is above the 200 daily moving average. It is bullish. Charts say, man, a little bit of a pullback, but it wants to go. So things are telling me there could be a big move coming for Bitcoin. So those $32,000, $33,000 prices, those predictions may not be that far off. Okay. Now, one thing I like to do on the show is just kind of check out the week's top losers and top gainers and losers and refresh that. And the last 7 days, Tommy, I've never heard of this, has went up 100%. Insure DeFi, doing great, 100%. These are the top 300 coins, okay? In the top 300 range. Trader Joe's been doing good, up 60%. Flex Coins up, MarbleX. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that may be a Cosmos SDK chain. Seller Network, XRP's up 20%. Caspa, that one's been on my radar. We got Nexo and Radical. Now, the ones that have kind of been losing money, Mutable X is down 30%. Magic Money is down, or Magic is down almost 30%. Conflux, OMG Network, Infrastructure Framework, RSK, Optimism, Alchemy Pay, Canto, which has really disappointed me. That one's fell 24% just this past week. Cocos, I thought was interesting because I looked and it still seems to be up from where I got in on it. Took a little profit of that. Ren and Render. Okay. And at this point of the show, we just start diving into the top 10 until there's some more requests. And so from here, I like to go to Ethereum and see what is going on with you, baby. On the daily, we are coming down a little bit. Stochastics got a way to come down before they bottom out there. We can also see that our MACD here getting ready to do that bearish retest. So we're getting ready to see some downward action from Ethereum. Now the question is, how far will it come down? First area I would look at is this 1618 area that we've got here at 1669. Let me just clear off my screen here a little bit. This is all from, I think, 2 weeks ago, where we did get this nice pump up from just under 1400. Now we dropped out of a falling channel, came down close to our measured move, didn't quite make it all the way. Came back up, did a bearish retest there, but then we broke back into the pattern. Everything looked really good. Now we fell back out of that pattern. Not the greatest sign, not the greatest look. So now let's get rid of this. Take a look. See what new things we might see here. Now it did come down and hit our bargain area. Hopefully some of you guys picked some up there if you've been watching the show. So that lines up fairly nicely right there. Let me go ahead and get right there. And let me make a copy of that. We will bring that little sucker down. And let's park it right here for support. That could have been a bear trap. So this is the first area I'm going to look for it to come back to. We lost support on the daily of the 21 moving average now, but we did get support here at the 618, and it's also the 21 day. So we're still in good sorts to flip this as support, and then come up right through that 9, and we could come up through our measure move here about 1823 one more time and go higher to retest the top of this trend line at 1838. Now here's the things you want to watch out for Ethereum. If Bitcoin gets all bullish, I would expect Ethereum to at some point. This rising channel is a bearish pattern, typically about 70% of the time. Between 65 to 70% of the time, it will break to the downside. Now, my personal opinion, I think it breaks to the downside a lot more often than that. Is a really reliable pattern. However, in situations like we are now, where we could possibly be into a bull run or really, really strong bear market rally, Bitcoin has been ignoring these bearish patterns and popping up to the upside. Now, when we break bullishly outside of a bearish pattern, majority of the time it leads to parabolic movement, meaning a very strong move to the upside. So we definitely could be seeing $23 or $2,374 out of ETH. It just all depends on how we deal with this area about 1884. But some of the signs here show that, that could be a definite possibility. We do have on this daily, like I said, the 21 has broken bullishly over the 50. So every one of these indicators on our moving average, they are all lined up perfectly the way that they should be. Now we just wait and watch and see if they spread. And if they spread apart, that's when the move is getting stronger. And when they spread way apart, when you see them noticeably spread apart, good time to take profits. And there's Lauren. Hey, Lauren, how are you doing? You did make it. So good to see you. I'm glad to see you back in the space. We've missed you. Donna's missed you. Okay, now from ETH. And our next one is going to be BNB, then XRP, and then Cardano. Unless you guys have anything that you would like me to take a look at, I'd be happy to do that. Lots of fun in the news right now for BNB. Same thing with the rising channel. This was a rising wedge, broke to the downside, of course, came back down to where it should, right around there. Found support at 618. Just tried to make it back into the pattern, couldn't do it. Now we got another retest here. Let me just take another quick fib there. Definitely could foresee it coming down to 295. However, like we just talked about with Ethereum and things like that, now this one did find support at both the 50 and the 21-day moving average. So good chance for right now, we'll come back up and break through this 9-day moving average, coming back up to around $330 or so. That's what I'd be looking at as far as BNB goes over this next week. And let me see if my little chat thing is working. So I've got this little add-on that's supposed to highlight chat so I can show them on my stream, but it does not seem to be working right now. See if we can get this. See if we can get this started here. Talk about chat. And Lauren says BNB over 341 is going to be crazy pump city. That would be a nice pump. So looking at indicators are saying we want to go down, though. I mean, our moving average are saying that we got support. Indicators are looking a little tired now on the daily. So again, about 295 could be where we, temporarily come back down. But man, the 21s cross bullishly over that 50. So here's one thing, I mentioned that I like the cloud. And when you get green and then you get a little splash of red and followed by green, not always, but sometimes you can see it come down to this area in the red and pop back up. And that may be what we experience here with BNB. I will give Donna the message. I will do that, Lauren. So, Lauren, you're big on BNB? All right, next on our list is good old Cardano. So hopeful for this coin every bull market, but man, it is such a slow mover. That's what you get for having billions and billions in circulation, regardless of how good your project is. Too damn many coins, and Charles Hoskin gets very pissed off when people suggest burning that. You want to get him fired up. You want to be called stupid in front of everybody. Say that to him. I have not done that, but I've seen him do it many, many times. Wow. So we got some rejection here. That's some strong rejection. Rejected off the 200 and the 50. But we did find support here at the 100. Oh, red Ichimoku cloud. Indicators are just tired. We're coming down, baby. We're going to retest this area about 30 cents. Maybe even drop down as low as 27 cents at some point. Just depending. Right now, it looks as though that we're going to end up kind of riding this trend line, although you cannot say it's a strong trend line because it keeps bouncing on both sides of it. But just takes a lot of patience to deal with Cardano. And if you've been through the bull markets with it before, it should be no surprise to you. Very, very slow mover. Grizoso, OPCT. I can do that. I like that one. And Lauren says, and how do we get this thing to show my chats? Why are you not working, man? We'll do it this way. So OPC, yes, I will definitely do that. We'll do that next. Glad to have you here, Grizz. And Lauren says, Shiba Inu having a boomer moment. Shiba Inu news. Now Burger King Paris accepts Shiba Inu as payment. Cool. We are seeing more and more adoption, even though the U.S. government is playing dirty right now. They want to lose their stronghold in crypto. It's been given to them on a silver platter. They have stable coins in U.S. dollars. This market control or dominance in this market has been given to them on the silver platter, and they're sending it back to the chef saying it's not good enough. Too cold. It's too slimy. All right, so Cardano, expect some downside here. Got an Ichimoku cloud in the red. Now when it's thin like that, and we're underneath it, usually spells more downside. Only like seeing the red cloud when it's getting really thick and price is close to it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check out OPCT. Guys, is the music okay? The sound, the volume, and all that? I've been fighting with sound troubles lately. Oh, the thing that sucks about these parabolic lines that they're kind of subjective. So, and it did break to the downside of that. Okay, OPCT caught support here on the daily on the 200. That's great. Indicator's looking awesome. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And let me just zoom out here. Take another look at that. We do have a roundingness. Now, is this going to be a much bigger rounding pattern? If so, then that could spell some... Okay, well, that's not bad. So when I draw these, I like to start at one point and just pull it out and try to come up about to the same equal spot. I mean, you can take these and you can move these things any way you want, right? I mean, you can dilly-dally, and I don't trust that at all. I'm like, I just don't. There are some possibilities to come down to these lower areas, though. But things are looking on the indicators are looking really good right now. Even on the weekly, look, we got the green dark dot on market cipher there. Monday flow's coming up, VWAP's coming up, stochastic's going to the upside, so things are looking good, in my opinion. But at some point, they may come back down to this orange line. But it may not be bad. It may just be here at these targets that we've got. Possibility of coming down to 1.1 cents. Doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. On the daily, that's a strong candle right there. Put it on a regular candle. Ooh. How many times do you see that little gap happen? That's strong. That's a strong move. So looking at my moving averages here, very, very good way to find pops. 9 days getting ready to close over that 200, very bullish. That will be followed by this 21 eventually crossing over later this week. Already seen the 50 cross. That was the buy signal right there. You see that on the daily? Definitely want to be buying, putting some money into a project when the 50 crosses the 200. Your first tip off is to find when the 50 crosses the 200 on the 4 hour. And that is getting ready to happen pretty soon. Possible we could come back down to retest this area. I'll be looking at that 21 EMA area, about 13 or 1.3 cents. That could be a possibility. Man, it's showing some strength today, isn't it? So in these situations, I like to just draw a fib there. Put a few targets here. 0.014, 0.014207 would be a good area. 10136. Man, coming all the way back down to 0.011 area. It could happen, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. That resembles a lot like a complex head and shoulders, inverse complex head and shoulders there. Let's go to a higher time frame. It'll probably be a little easier to identify. Get a neckline going there. Take a measured move. And my measured move tells us we're coming up to this area where I have confluence at the -27 Fibonacci, 0.0185. And that is not a bad place to take some profits. And let's go ahead and mark this area 0.02 because we break past that point. There's our next one. So opacity seems to be like it's ready to break out. It's ready, or it has broken out. It's just ready to go up. Now I would look at this as being a falling wedge, but you know when it does like that, no. I think the closest thing that you had was that move there. Although you can look and notice that the angles on these are pretty cool. I would not take a measured move from that. I'd be viewing more of the inverted head and shoulders for a measured move there. However, any further targets for this whole leg here? 0.02249. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and color that one yellow. So I know that that's a 618 and 0.0258. If we get up there, I need to set my profit points for those. Lauren says, all sound levels are great. Music is playing, but not too loud. Okay, good. And let me know if the music sucks. I can change it. All right, so that's what I got for opacity. Number go up, look like. Let me just take a quick look, make sure we are not missing anything. We broke out of this falling wedge pattern. Okay, and there's a measure move from that pattern from previous analysis I've done on this. 5.5 cents. That's where this guy wants to go. We found support at the 200 moving average. As soon as that blue line, that 50 crosses over that on the daily, should be off to the races on this one. So I'm glad I was building a bag of this. I think this project is very interesting. Very interesting. All right. And from here, we'll just get back into the top 10. Going to Matic. And see if I can clean up my messy charts here a little bit. Really got too many take profit areas there, I believe. Found support on the 200 moving average, finding support on the 100, although it's kind of wanting to come down from it a little bit, isn't it? It looks like it may hold. Just going by the daily stochastics being that low. Let's hope it holds. There was a little bit of hidden bearish divergence there that gave us a little bit of a pump up. Finding support also on the 618. A good chance to find a bounce here. Very good. The only thing I don't like is that 9-day just now crossed that 21. So, all right. So found support here. We will come back up to this area. Most likely get rejected there about $1.11. Come back to retest the 100. May not hold this time. May drop back down to about 97 cents. That would be, or a little bit more bearish scenario there. That would give us a time to kind of go through a little bit of accumulation before we bust up through a very thick cloud that's forming. The good news is that it's not small and spindly. It can turn into that, but at the moment it's not. It looks like we could possibly get a bounce, but we could come down a little bit lower. Maybe retest some of these lower areas there. Because when the 9 crosses that 21, and we're already under the 50, already retesting the 100, chances are likely we're going to come back and retest this 200 again, about 97 cents. Let's go to Dogecoin. I just found something out about KuCoin. They have the Doge and Shiba pair. I did not know that. You can trade them against each other in a pair. That's crazy. That might be interesting to do. Doge is just not looking very happy right now, is it? What is going on with Dogecoin? Oh, you got the trifecta going on here. This was at a measured move, so that's an important support point. 50 broke through the 100 and the 200. 100's just butting up against the 200 now. You know, there's a chance that it'd have to take a really strong move to do this, but, you know, it could go, you know, separate ways like that. Could happen. It looks like we could come up, could see Shiba come up to, or Doge come up to about 8 cents, but that's a strong rejection area. It looks like it will knock us back down to about where we are now, 7.5 cents. Maybe even lower. We could see coming down to about 7 cents again. I do like the cloud thickening up there, but you know, it's saying we got some downside on Doge. Maybe getting that leg up, but man, it's not going to get past that. It's going to take a lot to get it past this area, about 8 cents. Don't see it happening for a while. Doge is waiting for Elon to tweet. That's what it would need. Word is he's been tweeting about something else. Someone in the Telegram group. Where'd it go? Let me put that up here. And where are you, baby? Where'd we go? Anyway, he's been tweeting about hinting at another coin. There it is. Okay. Hobbs. It's on Uniswap. I looked at getting into it today, but the transaction fee was $25, and I was like, not big on using Ethereum on Uniswap. but where was the tweet? So he tweeted out. Pull that over there. Nope. Maybe. There we go. Does this work? No, I can't blow that up. Had an awesome Yorkie for 15 years who I named Hobbs because he was nasty, brutish, and short. I tell people to watch out for the dog, but then they'd see him laugh, then he would bite them on the ankle. Some people were taking that as a, tongue-in-cheek for a new dog coin that is on. What's on Uniswap? It has to be Ethereum. Just interesting. Orange says, "Oh, you have your own group." We do have a small little group. I've had it for a while since I started the channel. Just threw it out there. We got some people over, but yeah, there's some cool stuff there. It might be confusing. Links are in the descriptions on most of my videos. But the first thing we started out with was, the charts going. I put news and updates and things like that there. Of course, we got the chat, and that's the lounge. And you just go up to the pinned messages to get the invites or look on the descriptions. And, it's where all the cool kids hang out. And then we got a little section over here for people to post their charts. The chart room. Where'd you go? Right here. And because I like to confuse people, I just put it into 3 sections. I got the general group, which nothing really goes on there, but student charts. And sometimes I get on here and do some day trading and show my strategies or whatever we're going over, answering questions, throwing some really cool videos on here from a paid group that helped me learn this market. This is from my mentor that I learned from some of his videos. Really interesting things there. And then also we have the trade setups where, every day I'm posting setups there. Some that I do and some from other very, very good chartists from groups. Just some things we're throwing out there and keeping it free. I couldn't find this information when I was trying so desperately to learn how to read this market. There wasn't very much available on YouTube, and those that were, stuff's expensive. I mean, $100 a month, and when you're just starting out for somebody new, I mean, I may be wrong, but when I first started out, I was like, $500 is about the most I want to throw into this, I don't think people are that confident just to be willing to throw out $10,000 or $20,000 to learn something. And some people can't afford it. My channel is really for those people working 9 to 5 that want to learn how to do this and don't have the resources to learn. That's the whole reason I started this. I was there. It was not fun. And it was not fun giving up 20% of your account balance to have to learn how to do this. And all this information's out there for free. And regardless of whoever you watch on YouTube and whatever they may say, trust me, when we're getting out here and doing charts, we're pulling out everything that we know. Okay, we're not hiding, I'm going to keep this little secret strategy away. No, I mean, for us to be accurate, we've got to pull out every tool in our toolbox. So whatever you see someone doing, that's what they know. That's what they do. And if they try to sell you on a course or a group, you're not going to get any big secrets. It's going to be up to you to put the work in. And so you're going to pay them to make you put the work in that you should be doing on your own. All the information's out there. The books on our Telegram group tell you everything that you need to know. And I guess now we're at Solana, which has just been having a hell of a time. Okay, all right. Solana's getting ready to go down. It got rejected here. The 21 moving average got rejected at the 50. Bearish towards territory under the daily 200. We're coming down probably about 17. Back to this areas where I'd be looking at picking it up. Chance that, might find support here. It's found support right now at the 100 moving average. And now it's retesting the 21. Now, if it cannot break up through that, Ichimoku cloud's getting kind of thin, telling me that it's probably not going to. Stochastics have a way to come down. MACD is getting ready to bearishly cross. Safe to say we, might actually make it back down here to this $14 area. maybe, but if we do, we'd be breaking this trend line. To keep this trend line intact, what we could see is just a wick down to these areas. Probably to respect this trend line, maybe it broke it once as it was a bear trap, basically. Could see something like that again. So I would look anywhere from this area here, 1602, on up to the bottom of this trend line, 1819. It's possible buy-in places, but man, Solana, I don't know. I'm very curious how this particular chain will fare out during the bull market. It seems to have its share of obstacles to overcome. And let's grab the chat again. And Lauren says, some people do have their best moves, though. They may not tell you all the trades that they're in and stuff, but if you're on here charting, man, I'm telling you, you got to pull out everything. If you want to try to be as accurate. You definitely don't want to come on here on YouTube and be inaccurate. That's not cool. You can't get it right every time, but and she says, but some people I know well, maybe so, but wow. Why would they want to risk being wrong publicly? Okay, so Solana's looking kind of, iffy. And coming to Polkadot, which is one of my bigger bags that I've got that I'm working with. Poor thing's just been trading sideways like crazy, right? That's good for accumulation, though. Came back down to this area of about, 527? I don't think I bought any there. I pretty much got in around that area and under, or 550 or under, so I'm not really stacking that up. I am staking it. Now, the rewards are kind of cool. So over time, over this year, that should add up pretty nicely. But DOT, we'll take a look here. If we clean the screen off a little bit. Rising, broadening pattern. We call it the bearish megaphone because it's shouting up, hey, come down. And that's what price does. Price comes down. Actually hit the measured move. That's good. Sometimes they fall a little short of that measured move. I think they have like a 40% chance to actually make that full measured move there. And it came back up, retested. The support line was also a 618 area, got rejected there. And now we're hanging under the 50. I don't see anything tell me that it's getting ready to drop real heavy. I just see some more sideways action here according to, the stochastics. MACD wants to go a little bit bearish there. If you notice, it's not a very, very steep incline to that angle. Now, pay very close attention to these angles here because the steeper it is, the bigger the drop. The more shallow it is, the less severe that's going to be. So it definitely could come back down to these zones about 560, 550, possible to happen there. It looks like we found support at the 100 and trying to get up, actually, is what I'm seeing. With that 200, that little red line here is above the 200 and trying to go up. So more than likely we'll come up, retest this 9 moving average, about 614. I do like this cloud getting a little thicker, but this one's going to be sideways for a little while, guys. That's just how it is. There are some higher targets, but I don't see us reaching those for a while. 662, 686, 708. It'll take this one a minute to get up there. But we could possibly see, prices come back down to a double bottom here, maybe 527. It's possible. That 100 seems to be holding very well there, though. Let me just check a smaller time frame to get a feel for it. Definitely are going to be coming down a little bit. Yes. So 50 across the 200 on the 4 hour. Eventually it's going to try to cross the 100 there. That will bring us definitely down at least about probably 550. And I lost my chat. Let me restore that. And I got nothing. Oh, there we are. Got it. See, when I highlight these, it's supposed to show up on my screen, but that's not working for some reason. just lose that guy again? I'm trying to get used to this whole live stream thing. It has been a little bit of a challenge. That's why I don't have any video on, because that just complicates things. There we go. I'm a boomer. Could you take a look at my dear Adam? I sure can. Grizz says, thanks for sharing your TA and projects that you're interested in. No problem, Grizz. And I'm happy looking at anything that you asked for, too. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. And I think you have to press the button link as well. Okay, well, I thought I did that. I still got nothing. I'll have to toy around with this. It does work sometimes. I swear. It's annoying, though. Perhaps if I reload this little baby, is it going to make me lose my work? Hit the link button there and let's try it again. And I got nothing. Pretty sure I got that. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. So, take a look at Adam. You know, Adam has been a really great investment. Not so much for taking profit as just all the benefits that you get by staking this thing. I have gotten so many airdrops. And let's see if we can pull up finance right there. Airdrops have been crazy over the past 2 years. I've had this staked. Love it. It is. It's been the. I don't know how you would describe it. For what I put in, it's been the most profitable investment I've ever had. Okay. So let's check out the weekly first, which is saying it kind of wants to go down. Bearish divergence on our waves there. A little hidden bearish divergence there on the RSI. Not so much on the wave tail. Oh, but getting ready to maybe bearishly cross. We could get a fake out, kind of like what we got over here. That could be a possibility. I do like how the cloud's kind of leveling out a little bit. Okay. Let's go to the daily, see what we got. Straighten out some of these lines here. Oh, that was it does match up. That matches up pretty good. Okay, looks like we are in a falling channel. So we could see the bottom areas here. Oh, wow, that would be a great place to buy this. You know, every time that this coin drops below $10 and I don't buy some, I feel like an idiot because it quickly comes up to about at least 15 or something and hangs around there for a little while, right? It's coming down, though. It is getting ready to come down. Darn it. Well, not darn it. I can always pick up some more and stake it and see if that gives me some more airdrops. So a little under $10 probably is where we're headed. 786, that would be my first place to look at. We'll try some other techniques here too. Fibonacci's are great for finding targets. Okay, and let's try this little baby right here. Oh, that was the wrong little baby. Looking for the trend fib extension. Most people use these to find the higher prices up through here. I also use them to just check the lower prices. Looks like it's coming in with confluence on those areas as well. Okay. Looking at this one right here, 844. That seems to be the strongest one that I'm finding at the moment. Picking that little puppy up. And got a little bit more confluence there with the 0.382. It's saying about 895 could be a possibility. Biggest things that I'm looking at is the moving averages here, right? Getting ready for that 200 to cross over that 100. It's going to take a little while, but when it does, boom, we're going to drop, probably drop like a rock, especially when the 50 crosses over that 200. Now, will we fall just drastically? I don't think so. I think that we'll come back and retest this area right here. Let me draw a line there. The support resistance area, and it comes in right at 850. This is the area I'm looking for. Somewhere around 853. And I'm setting alert. Anybody does not know how to do this, this might be a good thing. You just kind of click on the line. I'm going to go with this one, that little short one. Left click, add alert. And do I want only once? Yeah, let's just go with that. Alert name. I want to say buy it, because that is an excellent place to get in. So when price drops down here, it should let me know. Some alarm will sound on my computer, and then I can look at if I want to buy some of this, because it's definitely worth getting in at that price. I'm just telling you. Overall, if we're looking at the overall structure, you see we got this drop here and kind of a rounding shape. That is very much indicative that we may be forming a larger Adam and Eve pattern. So if we and that may be a little bit too steep for it, but very possible that, we could do something like this. So we could see price action just kind of make a bowl shape over time. When it comes back up to this area about 17, that's where we could possibly see an explosive breakout. Okay, let's see what we got. And she's open for 9. Oh yeah, me too. 9's a great price. Pick up Adam. Yep, I did that then. Had to buy it at 11 instead of 8. Projecting $19 to $20 for the next higher high whenever that. Yeah, I agree. That falls right in line with that Adam and Eve pattern. And Adam loves respecting trend lines and fibs. It's amazing. I'll have to pay a little bit more attention to that. I don't chart Adam a lot. I've already got a little bag of that, and I just got it set away working for me. Because, where you at, baby? Oh, where did you go? You're not it. The osmosis DEX. Safest way to get there is going to CoinGecko. Oh, look, they changed everything. But, yeah, this is kind of cool. This is where I hang out and do all my Atom stuff. I swap, and I use Osmosis a lot. I think I use the Kepler wallet for all that. But pretty cool. Don't know what I did there. But Atom is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. And it wouldn't hurt for me to be a little bit heavier into them. But a lot of that I've got, I bought, I think when it was around $3 or $4 back in the last bear market. All right, and now we're looking at, see, we did DOT. Need to take a look at SHIB. SHIB's got some stuff going on there, right? When I looked at SHIB, Adam and Eve forming, came up, did not break it up to this level. That's what we have to see. It's not confirmed until we get up to this level. What was that, about 17, whatever, after all the zeros? You got to see it break above that, and that's what validates this pattern. And once it does do that, I mean, it's taking a while to form its rounded bottom right now, okay? So that's what we're looking at, a SHIB or SHIB. Measure move of that's taking us up to 0.000271. And then of course this area right here at 2449. Definitely a good area. But measure moves usually always work out on these. Very strong pattern. Just have to wait for it to complete. And I also follow someone else on YouTube who they do their analysis a very, very different way. They do tarot readings and things like that. Followed them last bull market, and highly accurate on very many things, especially predicting prices for whatever year. She does very well, and she seems to think that this one's actually going to reach a penny. I think 2025. Don't know. Just throwing that out there. You're welcome, Lauren. Lauren says, thank you for checking Shippy. But let's see, what's it going to do right now? Let's check out this 4 hour. I guess those were previous targets I had there for probably buys. I don't know. Clean up my screen a little bit so I can see what's going on. Okay, broke out of that. Ooh, got a good straight line there. It lines up fairly well. Moving averages are getting very tight, squeezed together right there. Turn on our Bollinger Bands, and Bollinger Bands are getting squeezed, getting ready for a move. Not liking this though. That's telling me wants to go down. It's like we're going to have a little bit of downside. 50-day moving average crossed bearishly over the 50 on the 4 hour here. And these moving averages, oh yeah, it's coming down temporarily anyway. Where are we coming down to, baby? It's fine. I found support 786. Maybe just come down and retest that, but I would look at maybe forming the double bottom. Man, that's going to screw up that trend line unless it does it quickly. So 0.0000101 may be a good area to look at. You have to watch this closely. I would wait until I see some better movement out of these moving averages, unless you're just stacking it and hold it for long term. And if it's a long term play, then in my mind, these are pretty good places to pick up sheep, especially if it gets down to whatever the zeros in the 9.6 area. I mean, historically, that's just been a good place to get in. There was this it? When was this? No, it definitely wasn't then. There's one time in the history, I don't know, it went down to like all the zeros and then like 5 or something, right? And I got in there. That was a great come up when that sucker hit. So definitely one that, meme coin, but I got it. I'm in on it. But it is looking like it does want to come down right now. Wow, how sad. Let me see if I can get a better target here for where it will come down to. And Lauren says she'd love to have 6 zeros to buy more. Okay, what we got here? We lost that 618 area. Well, I did have a measured move for this, and let's put it where it actually broke down from, and that's coming down to the 786. Okay, and that gives me confidence. I'm happy with right there, and that would give us confidence with this area right here. Let's mark that. So somewhere between crap, I just moved that. A dot, 4 zeros, 5 zeros, 9559, and then 9887. It's kind of a little zone that I'm seeing that could possibly be a good buy zone. A place I'll look at. I would definitely buy it there. I would definitely buy it down here too. This is another measure move from Rising Channel, which we may have already negated. I cannot remember when I put that there. But maybe a possible another target right here around the 886 and that measured move that I have. So ton of zeros, then 8490 and a ton of zeros and 8766. If this thing actually made it to a penny, can you imagine how many people are just going to be all excited if they can hold on to it for that long? And Lauren says, if for any reason it starts pumping now, I'd expect in God candles. Ooh, God candles. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be awesome. And I've got Litecoin on here, depending on which one you look at. It's a top 10 or close to it. Coin market cap and CoinGecko are a little bit different. Broke below that parabolic structure. You know, I make videos or I'll do something and I'll draw these parabolic structures because it's in it and they have a great chance, if it stays in there, just to bust to the upside. And I just feel like an idiot because it seems like every time that I start bringing this people's attention, it breaks to the downside. So, I mean, when they're respected, they're awesome. But should you bet the whole farm on them? No. But knowing that it broke out of that was a good indicator that that move is over. And that's basically how I use these parabolic lines here. When I see them break through the downside of that, I consider that move over, done. There's going to be downside, find a better place to get in. Actually came down to our targets there very well. $66 and this area right here at 77. Found support at those going up. Looks like it's getting just a little tired right now. Litecoin has done very well. It's usually a leading indicator a lot of times. So let's see if we got some angles there. That does kind of match up a little bit. Now that would be a resistance point there. And looks like we could come down, retest these areas about 77 cents possible. Or you showing a lot of strength. It's actually looking pretty good, guys. 9 crossed over the 21, over the 100. Going to work up to this 50. If this moving average crosses over that 50, we're going up. But the moving averages are starting to line up nice. To me, it looks pretty bullish. I mean, it should get a little bit of a pullback, and like I said, probably down $77, maybe as low as 85. But it looks like it's got a good chance to actually make some gains here over the next couple of weeks. All right, so I think I've run through the top 10, covered the request, and I think unless anyone else has anything that they want me to check out, I think I'm going to call this a stream. Let me give it about 30 seconds for this delay to go through, and we'll see what's going on. And Lauren says, yeah, but Litecoin, Bitcoin look insane right now. I like Litecoin. I actually have a Litecoin miner that's just been sitting idle for about the past 3 or 4 years. I haven't quite got a place set up to hook it up. Someone doesn't want it inside the house because of, well, fears of fire. I did have a Bitcoin miner. It got burned up, and so there you have that story. It wasn't the miner's fault, though. It was a squirrel. That sucked, though. Lost all my cool toys in that little shed, man. Had a paraglider. Never even got to try it out. I want to learn how to fly. Melted that sucker. Or a paramotor, rather. And as weird as it sounds, trading's a lot like flying, I've found, because they would always say when I was reading about, reading up on how to fly and things like that. I've never got a chance to do it. It's talking about getting your mind right. that you never want to go flying when you're upset, when you're just worried, got a lot on your mind. You want to be in good spirits, and trading is a lot of the same thing. You don't want to trade when you're fearful. You don't want to trade when you've just gotten an argument with somebody, or got something eating at you. You want to try to keep yourself as neutral or positive as you can. You'll see a lot of people talk about meditation. Just, chill. Have your little quiet space. Have your little chill space. Don't trade when you're emotional. And it's the same thing that they go with flying, man. That's how people get hurt, because they're not able to pay attention to those critical moves that they might need. A squirrel ate your miner. Yeah, I think it's probably a roasted squirrel. The squirrel ate the electrical lines for something. I don't know. My miner got blamed for it until the fire inspector finally cleared us. Laura, wait a minute. It's late in Spain, so I bid you farewell. You're in Spain? I did not know that. I thought you were in England. Are you still planning on moving to Portugal? Because there's some rumors that you may be headed that way at some point in the future. All right. Well, Lauren, I bid you good night. I'm so glad to see you around, and glad that you came here for the live stream. All right. Well, until next time, my name is Lane. I am your crypto road dog. People get confused by that. What's a road dog? Road dog is your trusted friend that you take on that road trip, man. Somebody's been somewhere you haven't been before. You want somebody to ride with you. I'm here to ride with you. And I don't always get it right, but I'll tell you what I see, give you the warning signs that I see, and you can take that, apply it to your own analysis. You can look at other people, compare their analysis. Don't ever take anyone's analysis at face value. Always compare it against your own. Go with what you decide to do. But until next time, my name is Lane, your crypto road dog, and I'm here to remind you, you're in crypto at the right time. Still early. Get in. Change your life. Until next time, be blessed.